We're going to show you how to install our Design One system. When installing our Design One system, other than our other products, we like to have a finished wall on side and on top, making sure that they add a wood backer to the side and top as well. Because in our box, we're going to get our part DES002, also known as our flat insert. And what we do with this part, we started off by abutting the wall, and being that we're going to have our system flush to the outside, you always want to back set it 3/8 to accommodate for the trim and our jamb. So you'll sit there, make sure that it's plumb, level, and square. We always like to pre-drill 2 on top, then offsetting it all the way to the bottom. Now that you have applied your flat insert, make sure you're using sheetrock screws by others, 2 on top, and offset them. The reason for that, it helps you when going to put your trim on, keeps it sturdy. In the same box of material, you're going to get another DES002 flat insert, and you're going to apply it to the top, making sure to keep your 3/8 mark like you did on the side to accommodate. Keep these lines straight together. Use 1 sheetrock screw, set it, go across, keeping your 3/8 where we marked it. And finishing off your screws. Now that we've inserted our flat inserts on top and side, your box of materials will also come with a third one. Now, do remember that we like to pay attention which one is the better looking one, because the one on the strike side, it's gonna reveal more to it. So, but we'll step aside for this and look at our jamb material. That's the next step. These are DES001, also known as the jamb material. The header and the jamb do the same. You start by inserting on top. We like to use our ST137 screws. To set it, it's not permanent, it's just to set it to verify some measurements. We like to use either a level or a laser to verify that this still stays straight. Then next, you want to get your measurement for your jamb material. If it's a hinge or a strike, you like to measure from the bottom of the header to the top of the finished floor. Once your measurement is there, you get your jamb material and cut what you need. Just make sure not to cut the top of the header. The top of the header is notched with a 1/2 inch notch on your doorstop. Once cut, you'll get it at a 45-degree angle, slide it up, and push it in. Make sure it's set. Then we'll use our RA108 clip and another ST137. The RA108 clip is also known as the L clip. We'll set it, make sure that it is square to your L clip, and repeat the process on the other side. Now that we've inserted our RA108 clip, our L clip on both sides, and then space our screws 8 to 10 inches coming down and on top, you're ready to do your strike side jamb. You first want to start off by measuring from the face of your jamb, marking your 36. Then you want to do the same thing towards the bottom so you can get an accurate measurement of the size of the jamb. That's 36 from the face to the bottom. Then you'll get your measurement from the bottom of the header to the top of the floor. Once you've gotten there, you'll get your strike side jam. Again, noticing not to cut off the notch side. And before inserting, just check and see if it's going to fit properly. Then you'll remove it and we'll put it on our anchor clip, part number EH82200. How to install our anchor clip on our strike side on Design 1. Our anchor clip is also known as the EH82200. You want to insert it in the 2 slots it gives you to push it in. Sometimes it might get a little tough and you might have to use a hammer to tap it in. You really just want it to sit right past the edge of it. By holding it there, if you notice, you got 4 holes. The 4 holes are to tell you what side you can do if you're doing a right hand or a left hand. You only want to put it on the doorstop side. Using our screws, the ST3601s, self-tappers, make sure that you're right on there, not too far out. You're going to pre-screw them in. Only 2. It's tight. And you're going to use your Tapcons by others to Tapcon it to the ground right here. So now that we've inserted our anchor clip, we will use Tapcons down here. We like to use a 3/16 by 1.25" Tapcon. And use a 5/32 hammer drill bit to pilot those holes. The next step is you want to add your RA108 clip again up here to help you steady it. So you just tie it against there. And add a screw. Then you want to insert your strike. Make sure it lines up to the edge of that. You want to add another screw just to hold it there. Then you can align the bottom to your 36-inch mark. Once you are set, we will anchor the bottom down. Now that we have anchored our clip, got our 36, are set up here, we are now ready for our flat insert to be inserted in the bag. The measurement for the flat insert is you measure from the bottom of the fur down to the top of finished floor. Then you cut the sides. Just sticking it in there. So take your time because you still have the screw up here. It's holding you back. Push it in on the bottom. Remove the screw that you set up here for your L clip. Make sure that it's flat. Before putting it back into the screw hole, I like to start one right beneath it so this doesn't pop out. Then you can proceed in finishing your L clip. You can go 8 to 10 inches coming down. And you're set and ready for your trim. Now that we've put in our flat insert and screwed it down, we went ahead and put in our trim. You put in your trim. Like always, remember to put the notch side on the clip side, on the right side. These are factory notches. They come from the plant. Always cut on the bottom when having to cut. Set it. As always, we like to use a block of wood, a rubber mallet. Set the trim on there. Barely tap it. Bring this is what the Designer One frame system looks like before started our side light Design One. And if you have any more questions on how to install and remove our trim, please visit our other videos. Now that our Design One single frame is complete, you want to have it complete before starting your side light. We're working on the side light. This will be your starter, which is also the DES003. We use this all the way around. So starting with the DES003, you want to start on the strike side first. Always get your measurements from the bottom of the spur down to the top of finished floor. Then you work your way in. With our DES003, you will surface apply it like that. But before getting to this level, you need to know how the architect or designer wants it. If they want it flush to the outside, they want it center, or to the back side. That all depends on your general contractor or how the specs were drawn up. But for us, we're going flush on it. So because we're going flush, we know to measure our DES003 and our DES004, which are flapper piece, which you'll see later on in the video, our finishing trim piece, or known as a glass stop. Putting these together, they will give you a dimension of 1.25 inches from outside to outside, which you then want to transfer that from the edge of your trim to the outside right here, which we like to use our combination square. Set it at 1.25 inches, mark it with the pencil, and bring it all the way down. At that point, you will then pre-drill with the 3/16 drill bit all the way down 5 to 7 inches, just to keep it tighter. Then after drilling it, we like to countersink them on the back side. This helps prevent trash getting caught up and built up on the side right here, because if you don't keep these clean as you're going, start from the top down, trash will build up and you'll be leaving lots of gaps in there. Now that we've had pre-drilled with 3/16, countersunk the backside, we start at the top. After you've got your mark, you can line up to your mark. You can also use a sample piece of our DES004 by snapping it in there, pulling it back, and making sure that it stays flush where you need it. Using our ST3601 screw, which are provided in your accessory packs. Line it up, and you can continue to do this or just follow along. Always remember to go from the top down. Now that we finished with this side, on the strike side, you usually mark a chalk line on the edge of both walls so you can transfer the other one on the other side. The difference between installing this one and this one is when you pre-drill for your hose, you don't have to countersink or worry about the shaving when attaching or surface mounting to your wall. Same thing goes for the header. Now that we've got this one attached, we'll attach our header using the same concept, keeping it from edge to edge and screwing it with C-rock screws without having to countersink. And then doing the same thing on the bottom.